They say motherhood is a journey, but let's be honest, sometimes it feels more like a roller coaster with no seatbelt. I bet you're like me, wondering why babies, or teens in my case, don't come with instruction manuals. Welcome to This Incredible Mom Life, the podcast that celebrates the beautiful chaos, quiet wins, messy moments, and everyday miracles of being a mom. I'm your host, Demi, wellness coach, mom of 3 boys, and a passionate believer that you don't have to live at the mercy of PMS, burnout, or exhaustion. Join me every week as we hear the craziest and most unbelievable mom stories. I'll be sharing the huge accomplishments and triumphs of both our moms and their kids. We'll giggle, cheer on the kids, and discuss obstacles and lessons learned along the way. If you are struggling to be the best mom you can be, how open-minded are you to booking a free call with me? You don't have to live at the mercy of your cycle, and you definitely don't have to do it alone. Give yourself permission to let me be part of your support system. I believe that you weren't meant to just survive motherhood. You were meant to thrive in it. Hello, welcome back to This Incredible Mom Life. I have yet another super mom guest with me today. Neha Nautiyal is a certified transformational nutrition coach and freelance writer, published most recently in Real Simple, whose work centers on science-informed, practical approaches to food, health, and well-being. She supports women in building health habits that align with their values and real lives. Before stepping into nutrition coaching, Neha spent years as a software engineer and nearly a decade as a high school chemistry teacher, backgrounds that enrich her scientific approach to nutrition. Thank you, Neha, for taking time out of your busy day to be here with me.
I'm so excited to talk to you.
Me too. This will be a great conversation. So let's dive right in and share a mom story with us.
Sure. So 2 years ago, I have two girls. They are, well, at the time, they were, I would say, maybe 5 and 8. And we had taken our first trip to India. And I'm from Mumbai. My parents are from Mumbai, although I was born and raised in the US. And my husband is from Delhi. He was born and raised there. And so we had traveled all around. We were very careful about not getting sick, making sure we took our malaria medicine, making sure that we had boiled water or bottled water. We were so careful. And then on the flight back home in Philadelphia, where we live, turns out I ate something on the plane and I got really sick myself. And this was awful because we were landing. And, it was a 17-hour flight with all of the stops. We were landing and the girls ended up falling asleep. They slept through everything. I needed all 3 of the throw up bags. And my husband was really upset. He's like, why did you eat, whatever the food was? I think it was some paneer. Turns out he had to carry all the bags. He had to carry the girls. They had lost our stroller, so there was no stroller. He had forgotten his AirPods on the plane. We were online in Newark Airport or wherever we were. I can't even remember. And I had to ask the lady, I need to step out to use the restroom. Even though our turn was coming for customs, I had to step out. There, I did some business in the bathroom there. I had to return. Thankfully, I had a Ziploc bag in the Uber on the way home. It was the day before Christmas that we returned. We returned on Christmas Eve, and then we told the girls, Santa is not coming tomorrow because we just got back. We're going to delay it one day. And, now it's a story to tell. Now it's just something funny that happened. We're going through it. It was tough. Thankfully, everybody else was fine. Nobody else caught anything. It was just me. But we all survived, and it's very memorable. Let's say that.
I can totally relate because the last time I went to India with my 3 little kids, the youngest was, I think, 15 months or 18 months old. And, at home, we're, eat warm foods, drink bottled water. We're very careful, but it was my brother-in-law's wedding and we all had gone to Udaipur. And I think there was like a banana smoothie or something, and I gave it to my son like the day before we were coming home, and he had such terrible diarrhea on the flight home. I was in that bathroom like every hour, and my husband slept through the whole thing. And I was so mad at him. I think like three-quarters of the way through the flight, I had to use the restroom, and I like woke him up. I'm like, here, hold this baby for a minute while I go. And he was like, why are you waking me up? What's going on? I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
So I totally understand and I totally can relate because I also was in Newark Airport at baggage claim and I was putting on the last diaper that I had in my bag. And I was like, okay, we have an hour and a half ride. Let's just get home and then we'll be fine. So very relatable for sure. And I'm sure your girls get a good laugh out of that now, but maybe not. They
Yes.
probably didn't notice before, but
Yes. It's
it'll be a
definitely
story to tell every time you travel.
exactly what not to do.
Yes, what not to do. So tell us a little bit about what you do as a certified nutrition coach.
Yes, I would love to. So growing up in Indian culture in the US, I basically dieted my whole life. I was told at every gathering from every family member what I looked like. And if I had gained weight or if I had lost weight or if I looked too healthy or not healthy enough. And I was very self-conscious. I ended up being okay growing up, although I did witness a very close family member with an eating disorder. And so that to me felt normal at the time. So fast forward, I had two girls via C-section. I had this belly and I was so uncomfortable in my body. I hated to look in the mirror. I wanted to hide. I bought clothes that were too big. Nothing I did worked, thanks to metabolism slowing down. Finally, after what felt like going through extremes, I hired a coach for myself. I learned about nutrition and it just opened my eyes. I had no idea, being vegetarian growing up, I had no idea that I wasn't getting enough protein. I had no idea that dal didn't have enough protein. Beans are not a good protein source. Peanut butter, quinoa, hummus, no, these are not good protein sources. I had absolutely no idea. I felt like the door opened for me. I stepped through and I cannot look back. I became a coach to empower other women to realize that when they feel good in their body, they can co create their life. They are in control, they see more opportunities, they live boldly, confidently, unapologetically. When you feel good in your body and you're able to accomplish goals, you feel unstoppable. And really, you step into your power. And I love working with women when the light bulb goes off and they realize that they are in control this entire time and they just didn't know what they were doing. They didn't have a good plan, they didn't have someone guiding them. And I've hired so many coaches since then, realizing that asking for help is a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness. And so I'm just really excited to be in this space now. I'm so passionate.
That's awesome. I love that. I had a similar story. So I also growing up Indian, this and that, I was not eating right. Although I thought I was. I thought I was eating lots of salads and this and that, but it turned out I wasn't eating enough nutrient dense food. And I decided to heal my PMS symptoms during COVID. I was like, I need to get rid of all these symptoms. I'm tired of them. So I began researching and I didn't know the same thing, like how foods affect your body. Right. And not only foods, I work with ladies on exercise and sleep, stress reduction. Like I had no idea these things were affecting my hormones. So I love,
They're all connected.
yeah. And it took me
Who would
40
have
years
thought?
to figure it out. I know.
Right, right. Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so yes, so I'm really glad to see the work that you're doing and hopefully it'll go into the younger generation and they don't have to worry about all these issues that we had.
I know. I mean, I definitely, as I was going through it, I was sharing with my girls. And now that I'm a coach, they are very invested as well. And the thing is, when I tell people that I'm a nutrition coach, everybody thinks, oh, you can't eat treats, or you have to be very healthy, oh, you're very regimented, very strict. And it's quite opposite. It's more in terms of portion control. You can eat anything. It's just about being intentional and prioritizing the nutrients so that you feel good. And when you cut out foods that you love, you can't sustain that. It is not sustainable. I've been there, I've done that, I've gone through the cycle of restricting and then binging. That doesn't work. That's not how a diet works. It's more of a lifestyle, of a habit, not just a short term 6, 8, 10 weeks.
Yeah. And I just saw one of your reels where you said it's not what you eat between Christmas and New Year, it's what you eat between New Year's and Christmas that makes the difference. So I love that. So now can you explain what macros are?
Absolutely. So as a former chemistry teacher, we teach calories as a unit of energy. And that's literally what they are. Calories are energy. But in our food, there's 3 ways of what kind of food we get energy from. One is protein, one is fat, and the third is carbohydrates. These 3 are the 3 macronutrients, which is literally what all food is made up of. There are also micronutrients like vitamins and minerals, but they don't add so much to the calories. So we focus on the 3 macros. And when you eat these 3 macros in the ratio that your body needs them, you feel so good. You have energy, you sleep well, your stress is less. You're able to lose weight, you're able to maintain your weight, or even build muscle. And with those 3 phases, you can sculpt your dream body. The thing is, you can't just copy what somebody else is eating in terms of somebody else's macros, because every single person has different factors, different genetics, different lifestyle factors, PCOS, diabetes, or hypertension. There's so many different factors that really affect what macros you should eat at, which is why you can't just go on a calculator or copy somebody else's.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk about what is the benefit of counting your macros and knowing which macros you're eating and supposed to eat.
Yes, so fat is very important for your hormones and also for fat soluble vitamins. Carbs are the body's primary source of energy. I am guilty of this. I cut carbs thinking that carbs were bad for you, but carbs are only bad for you if you're gluten-free. Everybody needs carbs for the source of energy. Protein is so important in terms of immunity, in terms of muscle building, hair, skin, nails, feeling full. Also fiber, which is a type of carb, complex carb, very good for digestion. Every single macro has a role to play. And that's the key. You don't want to cut out any food group at all, especially the fun foods, honestly. Desserts, treats, high processed foods, sugary foods, they're not bad for you. It's the dose that matters. So if you're having one or one with every meal every day, like I do, it just helps you in having fun in your life and enjoying what you're doing. So it's really about the moderation.
Yes. I feel the same way, that the more you're strict, the more you binge later, right? And that can cause problems. And you got to enjoy life a little bit.
Absolutely.
So yes,
it's
I love that
normalizing.
balance. It's more figuring out how much protein, how much carbs, and how much fat, and the ratio of the 3, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, nice. So for a mom who's never counted her macros or done any kind of nutrition work, what tips do you have for them?
Number 1 is just for awareness, is to start tracking. There is no judgment. When you track your food, it's literally just about seeing if what you're doing is working or not. Because when you have the data doesn't lie, and the data really tells you, okay, this is how much protein I am getting, but how much should I be getting? This is how many carbs I am getting. Well, how am I feeling with the carbs? Am I feeling really sleepy? Am I getting that 2 p.m. crash every single day? Figuring out how you feel with what you eat is just key information, whatever you do with it, whether you continue to work with a coach or you end up wanting to sculpt your body a little bit, lose fat, build muscle, that's totally up to you. But that information is key. So I use the app Macros First. There's a free option. You literally just log everything that you put into your mouth. A kitchen scale would be the most accurate tool to help you, but it's not necessary. You can use cups, tablespoons, milliliters. However, using a kitchen scale is just going to help with accuracy. And remember, it's just data. So once you have the data, then you can make changes and see how you feel. It's like a science experiment. Like you see what you eat and then how you feel after. And if you don't like how you feel, well, you can change something. You don't have to change anything. And then the second tip is, if you are going to change something, looking at your data, only change one thing at a time for 2 weeks, because then you'll know if it actually works or not. You can't change 10 things and something changes and you're like, well, what was it? Which one was it? Was it sleeping earlier? Was it drinking more water? Was it having too much fiber? Yes, you can have too much fiber. Was it not enough protein? Was it this type of protein? There's so many different factors, so just change one thing at a time. Third thing, if you need help, there are resources out there. And asking for help is not a sign of weakness. For a long time, I really believed that. I thought I knew everything. I thought I could do it all on my own. While that is true, we don't have enough time.
Yes.
I would say in life, to do all the things that you want to do in the way that you should be doing them, in the way you deserve to do it, in the way that you're worth doing. And so asking for help is so important. And when you find someone, it doesn't have to be me, it can be any coach, but when you resonate with them and you want to learn from them and you feel they're just trying to help you, you will believe it yourself. You will feel validated. You will feel good, and you will want to work hard for yourself.
Yes.
So those are my top 3 tips.
Awesome. And I feel the same way. 1, start with the awareness, right? 2, change one thing at a time. Love that. And then working with a coach too, because I decided to like research and read everything on my own and learn it and this and that. And then when I felt better physically, right, and things started going, and I was like, I need to teach this to other people. And I joined a coaching program. So I had a business coach, right? That was the first time I had ever worked with a coach. And my growth was so exponential from there. I'm like, why did I waste all that time doing it all by myself when somebody could have shown me how to do this in like 5 minutes?
You learn the mistakes from other people, and that doesn't mean that you don't make your own. You still make your own. It's just like you said, exponential growth.
Yeah.
Not that you can't do it on your own. You just save so much time and energy.
Yeah. And some people can do it on their own. They love to, read and learn and research, and that's their thing. So whatever works for you.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Awesome. So you have a free guide called Simple Food Hacks. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So when I was working with my macro coach, the first time that I did a cut or I ate in a caloric deficit, I cut out all my favorite foods. I stopped eating Taco Bell. I never ate Indian food, and I was miserable. And then I gained all the weight back, and I did another caloric deficit, a cut. And then I did it the right way, where I realized, if I just use a little bit less butter or oil, that can help. If I replace the paneer with tofu, that can up my protein. And so this is a freebie of just my top 10 hacks in the kitchen for easy fat loss. Swapping out certain meals, adding more veggies for fiber. Simple hacks like that, just that anyone can if they like to cook in the kitchen, they can do and if they do consistently, they will see results.
Nice. I'll have to go check that out.
Yeah, it's
I try when I make our, Indian foods like chana masala or something, I'll puree up, steam and puree veggies and throw them in the sauce. And when I have veggies like pav bhaji, I'll puree beans and throw them in the sauce.
Yes,
So I'm trying to do these one pot meals that my kids and my husband, everybody will eat in the house. So yeah, I'm always looking for new tips. So I'm gonna go check out your free guide. How can people connect with you?
Yeah, so I'm most active on Instagram. My handle is macro friendly desi. And then I also have an email list.
Perfect. And I will put the links for your Instagram and your email list below so people can connect with you and get on your list and hear from you. I think this was really fun. I love this conversation. Like I said, I'm trying to teach my boys, how to eat healthy. I had to learn how to do it myself. And I think it's such a common challenge, especially for the Indian vegetarians.
You don't learn nutrition as much as I think you should in school.
Oh gosh, no, I didn't learn it as a PA until I went back to school and specifically got, training in nutrition. I didn't know any of this stuff. So really important what you're doing. And I hope that you can help lots and lots of women.
Thank you. It was so nice to talk to you too.
Yeah. So thank you for joining me. And like I said, all your information will be below and you guys will hear from me again next week.
Are you struggling to be the best mom you can be? Are you fatigued, overwhelmed, and stressed out? Are you losing precious time with your family because of PMS? If so, sign up for my free gift on how to start living in tune with your monthly cycle. The link to get it is in the show notes below. Use this guide to help you start to eliminate your symptoms of PMS, increase your energy, reduce stress, and fully enjoy this incredible mom life. The way I see it, you have 3 choices. You can try to figure it all out on your own. You can do nothing and stay where you are, or you can get the customized guidance you need to thrive as a mom. The choice is yours. Thanks for listening to today's episode. I hope you learned something from these stories. If you enjoyed this show, please make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share this podcast. It really helps this show grow. If you have a mom story you would like to share, click on the link in the description below on becoming a podcast guest. Remember, the content on this podcast is for general information only. It does not replace any medical advice given by your healthcare providers. Please check with your doctor if you have any questions about your specific condition and before starting any new diet or exercise regimen. Thank you, and you will hear from me soon.